I don't want this video to be no aesthetic video. I don't want this video to be no professional video. I need this video to be real, raw, and authentic, because I wish somebody would have gave it to me real, raw, and authentic instead of trying to be all cute and give me the aesthetic stuff. No, be real with me and tell me exactly how it is. If you think that just starting a braiding business is just about making money and just posting on social media, then this video is just for you. I have been doing hair for a very long time in the braiding industry itself, and these are a few things that I wish someone would have told me. So let's just get straight into this video. And if you are a beginner braider and you are new to this channel, my name is Shakiri. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and let's just jump straight into the video. So the first thing is first, and I just want to have my phone for my notes so that I can make sure that I'm keeping track. The first thing is going to be, it is not fast money. Let's talk about it. I feel like a lot of people jump into the braiding industry or just the hair industry alone because it can be fast money. It is fast money, but it's not just about making money, because when you first start joining into the braiding industry, you're not going to have clients just right away. People are not just going to just, you know, fall into your lap. You're going to go days, even weeks without bookings. I mean, even for me, I have went weeks without bookings to the point where I had to check my booking site to make sure that it was still open. But you're going to have your moments where you're going to have a slow season. And I know as much as we don't want to say that we don't have slow seasons, or, you know, I understand that you wouldn't want to speak that over like your braiding business, but we have to be honest with ourselves. Every single business has a slow season and they have a peak season. So, and it's nothing bad. Just because you have a slow season doesn't necessarily mean that you're being a bad business owner or that your business isn't the best. It just means that it may just be the time of the season where most people may not get a specific style that you offer. So for example, for me, I offer stitch braids. I do knotless, but my main focus is stitch braids. That's what I typically specialize in. Sometimes during the winter times, most of my clients wouldn't get stitch braids. You know, when it's cold outside, they would typically prefer to get wig installs or tape-ins or quick weaves. You know, you're just not going to always be put up, and that is okay. I feel like before you just jump into the braid industry, you need to have a passion for it. I had a passion for hair. I started doing hair when I was literally, when Baby Alive was out. You need to have a passion for doing hair. Braiding especially. Being a hairstylist and being a braider are two different things. This is the same exact niche, but just two different categories. As a braider, we're a little more hands-on. Not saying that the girls who are hairstylists, and this is not to, you know, bash anyone, but for the braiders, we are a little bit more hands-on. And it does require us to do a little bit more work with our fingers. It's just very important to understand that the fast money is definitely there. But I feel like if you're just in it just for the money, the business wouldn't be successful. A lot of people don't tell you that all money is not actually good money. So even when it comes to how much fast money you can make, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a forever thing. I just don't understand what half of us braiders go through, to the point where sometimes I would literally turn down a client. It's literally not about the money. You should definitely keep that in mind before you just jump into the braiding industry thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna make $200, $300 tomorrow easy. It is easy, but that's not the mindset that you want to have, because it's a lot. The second thing that I want to go over is your health. A lot of times we don't really think that our health matters, but as braiders especially, our health is the uttermost thing that we should definitely take into priority. And I say this because your back will start hurting, your hands will start cramping up on you, your knees locking up, your feet hurt, your neck, your eyeballs start to burn from the product. Your body, our body, plays a big factor when it comes to us doing hair. And I feel like it's very important that we take our hair a little more seriously. I'm speaking to you, but I'm also speaking to myself, because once you get into the braiding industry and you really start to get experience, over time you're really going to put yourself last. I understand that some braiders, we do tend to put ourselves last because we want to make sure that our clients are well put together. We want to make sure that they're okay. Like, we are catering to our clients, but you really have to cater to yourself first. And I know that it sounds so selfish, and it does sound selfish, right? Because our job is to make our clients feel good. Our job is to make sure that our clients are well taken care of. It's our job to sometimes even be their therapist. So I understand that it just would not sound right to just put ourselves first when it's literally our job to make sure that they are put first. But when it comes to the health, it's really serious. It's going to come a time where something may happen to you, God forbid, but let's just be real. Like I said, this video is not for the aesthetics. This is real and this is raw. Something could happen to you, and now what? Especially if braiding is your only source of income, or doing hair is your only source of income. What are you going to do? I caught copper toner for the very first time, I want to say a couple of months ago, I believe. All the years I've been braiding hair, I never thought that I would catch it, because I've been braiding for so long. In my mind, I'm just thinking, well, since I'm an experienced braider, I've been doing doing this for so long, I'm cool. My body's used to it. My hands cramped up on me so bad. And even though I did continue to still braid, I knew at that moment that if my hands would have gotten to the extreme to where I could not have braid, that would have been the whole income that would have stopped for me. My knees locked up on me one time. I caught headaches. My eyes started to burn from products. So for me, being that I specialize in stitch braids, I use a lot of product, right? And being that I am a little more up close with my clients because I'm making sure that I'm stitching the way I need to stitch, and I'm making sure that I'm really focused on what I'm doing. Because I use so much product, the product literally, it burns my eyes. And I'm not here to scare you off from joining. I'm just here to tell you the basis of what you should know before joining the braiding industry. Just me doing hair alone. I didn't have a mentor or anyone to teach me. I basically taught myself. Me being in the braiding industry for so long, these are things that I was never told. I kind of had to experience on my own. I had to go through on my own a lot of trial and error. And I feel like now, even though social media is so much easier for you to learn information now on social media, there are still some things that a lot of experienced braiders, right, that they don't just tell you, especially when you're first getting in. Going back to health, you definitely want to make sure that your health is good. And also one of the main things I also want to go over is eating, making sure that you eat. I find myself not eating because I'm so focused on trying to get my clients in. I love to get my clients in and out. I would practically starve myself before I stop to eat some food. And that's not good. You definitely want to make sure that you are taking breaks. Don't be like me or any other experienced braider who we're just so used to going all the time that we just think that we're going to be okay because we've been doing it for so long. And that's where problems will come in at. So please, the health is very important. The next thing that I want to go over is you need to know that not everybody will support you. I know that this may ruffle some feathers, but everybody is not going to support you, and we're actually going to start with family. Your family is unfortunately not always going to support you. Matter of fact, your family may support you now in your stage of joining the braiding industry because you shouldn't be charging full price. You're just starting. But once you get to that level where you're very experienced and you're charging top dollar, your family may not be there to support you because they're going to be expecting freestyles. They're going to be expecting you to do the hair like you're on their time. I always would say just don't have expectations from your family. I feel like your family would be good for you to start. Your family would be good for you if you're looking for models, but don't expect them to support you. Don't even expect your friends to support you. Sometimes your clients will become a friend before your friend become a client. And I'm going to say it again because I feel like I stuttered the first time I said it. Your clients will become your friend before your friend become a client. Don't go in expecting anyone to support you. You should go in just having this mindset of, I'm going to use maybe my family for these models, so they can enjoy the free for this period of time. But once I get better, I'm going to charge top dollar. And whoever supports, and whoever don't. And that is totally okay. It's definitely going to show down the line once you start charging. You will literally see down the line who's your real supporters and who's there just to try to get a style out of you. I've noticed people who didn't want to book with me then who tried to book with me now. I've noticed people who were booking with me then when I wasn't charging as much and who stopped coming to me now. You will notice those who were there for you from the start to the top. But I just want to give you the basics of the basics. Just don't go into the braiding industry thinking that everybody's going to support you because everybody's not going to support you. Matter of fact, you're going to have people who's going to laugh at you, who's going to tell you why you started doing hair or that hair isn't your thing. You shouldn't let that discourage you. You should literally keep going, especially if you know that you have a passion for this. Don't let whoever else has something negative say or they want to say, oh, your little hair business. Don't let that discourage you. I've had people laugh at me. I've had people tell me my braids wasn't worth my price. And that can be a little heartbreaking sometimes, especially when you work so hard to try to get to a point to where you're at in your braiding business and people just telling you that they feel like your braid's not worth it. But you just have to keep going. And like I said, just don't expect your family and or friends to support you. Your clientele can become your family. Your clientele will become your family, and you will literally be able to build a community based off that. Just make sure that you understand that you're going to have support regardless, whether it's from close friends or family, but just don't go in expecting it. Please. Clients aren't just going to pay you for their hair. Times are a little different now, and this is crazy because I was just literally speaking with a friend about this. Clients are not just booking you just because you know how to do hair. I would get offensive if I felt like I didn't have bookings when I knew that my work was good. And I had to come to the realization that your work can be the best, but if you have a bad attitude, your communication skills, your service, right, they're not going to come back. If you're the type of person who likes to gossip on the internet or tell your business all the time and you're one of those that like to, talk about your clients, like just be drama and just so negative, they're not going to come back. They really are paying for an experience and who you are as a person. I would definitely say just always remember that they're not just paying for their hair, they're paying for the experience. Who are you as a person? Some people will just book with you just off the strength of you being you, and they will stick along until you get better. And speaking of like your environment, before you join the braiding industry, you need to figure out what type of experience you would like to give your clients. Do you want to consider yourself like a home-based braider? Do you want to consider yourself a braider that works in a salon? Do you want to consider yourself a travel braider? Who do you want to be known as? When I first started, I started out doing hair at home. I have done hair at home. I have done hair on the bus during school. I have done hair at my client's house. I have done hair in my dorm room at college. I have done hair in a salon, suites. I have done hair in so many different places. As a matter of fact, I think I've done hair in a hospital before. I have done hair in a lot of different places. I have been able to experience what it feels like to be a travel braider, what it feels like to be a home-based braider, just what it feels like to be in different environments as a braider. And I feel like before you join the braiding industry, you kind of definitely want to give yourself that foundation up front, because like I said, times have changed now. You definitely want to give yourself that foundation of the type of braider that you want to become, and stick with that for a while. Stick with that for a while, just so your clients can get used to you, they can get to know you. And then if you decide, okay, hey, I want to move on to the next thing. So like, for example, before you join into the braiding industry, you need to know this first. If you're starting by getting sweet, me personally, I will always say do whatever you feel is on your heart to do. I would not be the type of instructor or educator to tell you not to get into a suite because you don't have clients yet. I'm going to tell you, if you feel like it's in your heart to go ahead and get a suite and you have no clientele, do it, and do it with faith. I'm not here to discourage you. I'm here to kind of like uplift you and just only give you a few tips of, like I said, things that I wish I would have known before I started. When I came to Atlanta about a year ago, I didn't have any clientele here at all. And I already was jumping the gun to go ahead and get a suite. It was times where I didn't even know how I was going to be able to pay my suite rent. It was bad. I think I actually had to ask a friend to send me I was like $25 short. I wasn't able to pay my suite rent, but because I had so much faith, I was able to get a lot of bookings, a lot of clientele. I was able to build my clientele. I was able to literally skyrocket up with my clientele. I threw a sale. It worked out for me. A lot of people will tell you, well, if you don't have clientele, you should not get into a suite. Don't listen to that. Don't let those words scare you. You need to figure out what foundation that you want to do. And if you feel like in your heart you want to just go ahead and jump the gun and get a suite, go get that suite. Pray about it. Go get that suite. And not just get it because I said to get it, but get it through faith, God, Jesus, and have a strategy. You need to have a plan. If you are thinking about moving to a different city and you need a strategy, the strategy that I use for myself, I do have a guide. It is called Master the Move, and it literally will tell you exactly what you need to do. Not just what you need to do, but exactly what I did that helped me get my clientele going. This is step by step. I tell you exactly what to post. I tell you what captions you need to use. I give you some hooks. I tell you exactly what you need to do to go ahead and basically just jump the gun and get your suite. And that is something that you want to do, and I highly suggest that you check out the link in the description box and make sure that you get that guide, because it is literally going to change your life. And this is not just for braiders. I know that this video is for braiders, but like, you just so happen to be like a lash check or anything like that, you can always click that link, and it's literally for all beauty service providers. A lot of people are probably going to tell you that you need a lot of money to start any business that you start. You definitely gonna need some type of money. If y'all really understood how cheap it is to start your braiding business, your braiding hustle, you could literally go to the cheapest store you could think of and start doing hair and flip that money. All you really need to really start your braiding business is a good blow dryer, a comb, a gel, and some hair. And this is just for starters. Get you some mousse and some spritz. That's like 5 items, and you're not gonna spend no more than $50. But depending on what type of blow dryer you get, me personally, I like to use a really good blow dryer. My blow dryer is about 3200 turbo. You can literally start as little as $30. If I had to just throw a number, $30. That $30 you can literally flip to $50 starting, because you can't charge top dollar yet. But starting $50, $60, even for $30, and let's just say you're getting your models in, and this is me speaking to a beginner person who just never even took a braiding class, you can spend $30 and get a good amount of models in for free to help you practice. A blow dryer is going to last you up until it's just completely stop working. A comb can last you. Gel, depending on how much gel you get, it can last last you 1, 2, 3 like these products can literally last you a few styles or a couple of clients depending on what you offer. I do stitch braids, so red one wax can last me up to 2 clients, sometimes 3 or 4 depending on how many braids I'm doing, the thickness of the hair. Like these are all things that will literally last you. The investment is so little. If you're confused on what products you need to use and the products that I'm talking about, or if you want to know the products that I personally use, I also have a product list guide as well. I'm going to link that down in the description box below. The products that I'm going to give you are products that I use. I will show you how to save time. I will show you what products to go with what styles, or which products I use for a certain style and which products I use for certain hair types. More details on that, then I highly suggest you get the product guide, which is going to also be in the description box below. You're not going to satisfy everybody. It don't matter how good you are at doing hair. It doesn't matter how good you are at doing braids. You are not going to be able to satisfy everybody. And there's always going to be one client that's going to find something. They're going to find something to say. I had a client walk out on me mid hair appointment. You are going to go through some things. I don't know. Sometimes I try to be a consumer. I just try to be a client looking at other braiders just to see like how does it look from client's POV. We go through some things. We go through a lot of things. As long as you just keep going, you're not going to quit. The devil himself will test you. Once you leave from a job and you decide to go full-time in being a service provider, it's going to be so hard for you to go back to a job. This is me speaking to you from experience. It's been plenty of times where my bookings were so slow. I was like, I'm going to just pick up a part-time job. And every single time I try to pick up a part-time job, it's like Jesus was just telling me, no, that's not for you. It never worked out. It just never worked out. And I think I remember one time years ago, I applied for a warehouse job just to apply because, like I said, I wasn't getting as many bookings. I worked there for one day. I think I ended up catching COVID. I got sick, and they basically told me if I left early, I wasn't going to get paid. And I just knew in that moment, I left and I just never came back. Like, the job space is just not for me. As a braider, as a beauty service provider, just be true to who you are. Don't go into no braiding industry thinking you just got to have the perfect chair, the perfect environment. Everything just gotta be so perfect. No, don't do that. You would never start. Just be true to yourself. There are gonna be people who's gonna look at you. They're gonna watch you start from the bottom and grow. That's a testimony in itself that I feel like is very much more impactful. If you guys really truly enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you comment. Make sure that you like. These are things that you should just consider. This is Shy Kyria, and yeah, it was nice talking to you. Yeah, bye.